Human Rights Watch says Egyptian security forces are routinely abusing and torturing political prisoners in one of Cairo's most notorious prisons. And as Jamal Elshayyal now reports, the authorities at Scorpion Prison have denied inmates of even their most basic rights.
In a report entitled "We Are in Tombs," Human Rights Watch heard testimonies from lawyers, former inmates and relatives of those behind bars. The report found that there's no hospital or routine doctor visits at the prison. Furthermore, prison guards intentionally prevent medicine from reaching the inmates. This has resulted in at least 6 prisoners dying behind bars. 2 of those cases were of cancer patients, and another victim was a diabetic who, despite a court decision ordering authorities to allow him his medication, he never received it. That inmate, Isam Darbala, then appeared at a court hearing, shaking, semi-conscious and incontinent. Still, he didn't receive medical attention. He died hours after that hearing. Here's what a mother of a current inmate has told Human Rights Watch.
We've been asking for medical care since my son was shot. We've written to the Prosecutor General explaining that he needs an operation. We've said we'll pay for it, but they continue to refuse.
Several of the inmates have tried to protest the treatment they've been subjected to. Some have gone on hunger strike, but according to the report, that only led to more torture.
When my brother refused to break his hunger strike, they abused him physically and mentally. Riot police entered his cell and beat him across his head.
There are around 1,000 inmates in Scorpion Prison, among them doctors and journalists. And according to Egypt's General Ibrahim Abdel Ghaffar, Scorpion was, quote, designed so that those who go in don't come out unless dead. Human Rights Watch says that unless urgent action is taken, the General's wish will continue to come true.
I'm going to talk to Mohamed Soltan now, an American-Egyptian human rights advocate who himself was imprisoned in Egypt August 2013 until May 2015. Joining us from Washington now, we thank you for your time. I know you weren't in the Scorpion prison itself and haven't seen what was in there, but maybe you can tell us what life was like inside an Egyptian jail.
Well, let me tell you what the Human Rights Watch report. You know, it's very thorough research, and regardless of how well communicated and articulated the conditions are, it can only capture a tiny glimpse of what the dark and nasty place that is an Egyptian dungeon. And just to kind of take you just to one place where I was, and as an American citizen with the United States Embassy oversight, I was beaten on my broken arm in a welcoming party with 2 metal nails that were in my arm. I was beaten on it while it was on a sling, and I was denied medical care for 3 months until an inmate doctor had to perform surgery, an impromptu surgery with in lieu of a razor and pliers, without sterilization, without anesthesia. All because we were denied, I was denied the most basic medical attention, and that wasn't even in the Scorpion. The Scorpion is, you know, conditions, again, unheard of. And, you know, the reports, and I can sit here and explain to you about all of the, you know, communicate the horrible physical circumstances, but I can attest to literally, like, a little part of you dies every single day in that dark and nasty place. And people have endured this for over 3 years and continue to do so until now. I have, you know, there are journalist friends that were in the same case as me. My father and others are in that prison right now as we speak. So yes, this is the harsh, disgusting reality. That is Egypt's prison.
But Mohamed, did you say there U.S. Embassy oversight? What do you mean?
I had U.S. Embassy visits every single month, and the U.S. Embassy demanded from and requested from the prosecutor's office that I get medical attention from because of the surgery that I needed. And all of this gone, just kind of completely, the Egyptian government completely ignored it. And we saw in the Human Rights Watch report stories in 5 months, 6 different deaths of just health care, just the most basic health, what's it called, are not provided for the inmates.
So
Food,
if Human Rights if Human Rights Watch comes out with a report like this, and any number of advocate groups will talk about what the Egyptian government is doing, It's got to be up to a government, another country, to step up, doesn't it, and to actually challenge the Egyptians. Why won't they do that?
Of course, and we have been criticizing governments like the United States who have leverage. I am literally living proof that the United States has leverage over Egypt. I was released because eventually the campaign that led to my release was raised by the United States government. So governments like the United States, like the UK, like Germany and the EU have not only a moral responsibility for the violations of human rights that are happening in these prisons, but they have leverage that they are simply not using, and the Egyptian government will not only continue in its violation of the most basic human rights, but it will continue escalating in its repression until it faces some real tangible repercussions for its actions.
Mohamed Soltan, with his insight into the Egyptian prison system there, thank you for your time. Still ahead on this